It seems to me, first of all, from what I understand from doctors, that's really rare. If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down.
And when it comes to establishing your worldview, I was curious, what newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand the world?
I've read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
But like what ones specifically? I'm curious that you...
all of them, any of them that have...
Can demonic spirits attach themselves to inanimate objects? The answer is yes.
Welcome to Twatwaffle of the Week. Again this week, we have a handful of stories that are just outrageous. MAGA in action.
Arkansas is seriously considering making it illegal to be trans.
Both Pride LA and Gay Star News reported on this item. Arkansas is basically trying its damnedest to make being trans illegal with a trifecta of bills. HB 1986 would allow cis individuals to file indecent exposure lawsuits against trans men and women using public restrooms. SB 774, also known as the Arkansas Physical Privacy and Safety Act, takes it a step further by prohibiting trans folks from using the bathroom of their choice in public, similar to HB 2 in North Carolina. And HB 1894 prohibits trans folks from legally changing their gender marker on their license. An important update concerning SB 774 came about while I was preparing the segment. GOP Senator Linda Collins-Smith withdrew her proposal after the legislation had faced opposition from the state's Republican governor and tourism groups. Iowa is next on our list, also with a double play.
Iowa lawmakers embraces forcing women to carry dead fetuses to term.
While the constitutionality of the bill, SF 471, is still up in the air as 20-week bans have generally been struck down by the Supreme Court, John Forbes, Democrat, raised a pertinent question. What happens to the mother if the fetus has no heartbeat? Would she have to carry the baby until her life became endangered? Now remember, this is after 20 weeks. Sharon Lundgren's response, yes, the mother would be forced to carry the fetus to term unless her life was at risk. Now, there's a bit of debate about this as to whether Lundgren misspoke or not. It is disturbing either way that no other Republican legislators noticed or corrected the error during committee. Just an FYI, the precursor to this bill, HF 53, also gave parents the legal right to prevent unmarried adult daughters from having an abortion. The second act of Iowa's double play is an article entitled
Heartless in the Heartland.
HuffPo notes that Iowa has nullified local minimum wage ordinances that have already taken effect. In other words, the powers that be kicked the poor man in the crotch once again. Quote, the Iowa legislature this week gave final approval to a bill that reverses local minimum wage increases already approved in several counties and bans cities and counties from setting any minimum wage and benefit standards. End quote. Now, this last one's a bit of a toughie. I don't like Lindsey Graham nor his politics, just as I do not like Mike Huckabee or his politics. Now, as a caveat, Huckabee has released a clarifying statement, and as odd as it sounds, I'm going to accept it at face value. Sort of. But what this story in general shows is just how far out of touch the Republican Party, including the TP Party, really is. Quote, I never heard that as a euphemism for being gay and would never have said it, the Arkansas Republican wrote. I'm pretty well known for saying what I think with clarity. Lindsey is a friend, and I would never say that about anyone. End quote. So exactly what did Huckabee say? This is from the Daily Caller. Basically, in an interview with Laura Ingraham's radio show, Huckabee was criticizing Senator Graham's recent comments concerning Devin Nunes. Quote, "I'm very disappointed in Lindsey. Sometimes I wonder what uniform he puts on each morning when he goes out to the field to play. And I'm not just talking about the partisan uniform." End quote. So, take it as it is. There you have it, folks. You once again have a choice of who the Twatwaffle of the week shall be. And just for shits and giggles, here's 2 more honorable mentions.
Brownback vetoes Kansas Medicaid bill, denying coverage to 150,000 Kansans, kicking off a larger fight.
And this is just as it sounds, with Brownback now battling the state's Republican Party. And this one's from my adoptive home state.
Badly misinformed lawmaker thinks our warm bodies may be causing climate change.
Scott Wagner, a Republican state senator who is also running for governor of PA, told a Harrisburg audience on Tuesday that the body heat from the planet's growing population might be responsible for rising temperatures. Yeah, flying spaghetti monster help us. So, that's all for this week, folks. Now, back to Matt and Tim of Atheist 101.